Well, good morning, Pipers. Welcome back to the Base Piper channel. Sitting out here in my garage this morning and finally having that West Tampa I was telling you all about yesterday that I was going to have, but I got sidetracked after the video and had some other things going on. I never got a chance to have my stogie yesterday, so I figured I'd have it this morning. So far on Light Up a Good Cigar, and it's a full body, as I said yesterday, full strength. I don't usually have a lot of those sometimes, but I thought I would try the West Tampa Red, and it's got a San Andreas, Mexican San Andreas wrapper, as I said, and the filler and binder is from Nicaragua. And so, but I wanted to share with you a couple of things this morning that I forgot to mention in my other videos. And of course, yesterday, I know my video was totally different, talking about the diet I've been on, or the eating style. But let me tell you, I didn't want, when I reviewed my video and I put it out there, I didn't want you guys to think that if you did try carnivore, that you had to mainly stay with beef. It's not just beef. You can have chicken, you can have pork, you can have beef, you can have lamb, you can have, well, as long as it's meat products. And staying away from the processed meats and stuff like that. And so I wanted to make sure I clarified that a little bit. I saw a couple of little snafus in my video. I don't know how to put the little words in. If I make a mistake or say something not just right, and then pop it there for a correction. So I usually have to correct myself in the next video. So that's what I wanted to make sure you knew. And so the carnivore, like I said, do your research. I know it's worked for me and Miss Base Piper, and that's not what this video is about, but I just wanted to recap a few things there. Also, those in the praying kind, hey, let's be praying for these folks in Florida. They're getting ready to be slammed, and we are just praying for their safety, and that they can get out in time, because it looks like it could hit in at a category 3. I think it's been downgraded to a 4 now. It was a 5 yesterday. But you know, them things can do all kinds of crazy stuff. And but I want to get on here and let you know, a few videos back, I was telling you about my windows and getting the windows in the house and the problems we had. Well, it'll be 3 weeks this Friday. We got them put in. Time flies. I forgot all about the time on those things. We got them working on our 3rd week, and they're doing good. We've only had one little snafu, and that was in our front side bedroom window. In fact, if you remember, this was the window that I had to have a couple of years ago, Surf Pro to come out and fix, where water had gotten down in between the walls and just made a mess. We went to move something one day and one night, and I went to put my hand prop myself against the wall, and I thought my hand was going to go through the wall. Well, of all things, that was the window that when they were caulking and everything around it, putting it in, they missed one little spot that a nail had gone through. And wouldn't you know it, the Friday we had the remnants of Helene, or Hurricane Helene, that cut through Virginia. We were getting some of the rain. My wife went in the bedroom, and it was our first rain with all the new windows, you know, so you're keeping your fingers crossed. And of course, like most homes, all of our front and back windows, you have the overhang, the roof overhang, the soffit, and all that. You really don't have to worry about. But on the ends of your house, it's just straight down and wind blowing right into the windows. And she started hearing a drip. Our brand new shades, I just put shades all over the house. And she said the water was coming down the shades on the new window seals. We ain't even got those painted yet. All the window seals, we do like the new window seals because our window seals were put in back in the 80s when they built the house, and now they're putting in the a little bit wider window seals, where she loves that for decorating for Christmas, and the ladies have got room to put their candles and all the stuff. You're not trying to ride it on a little short edge. These are wider, but we got to paint them all. And she said, "Come in here, we got a problem." And I said, "Oh man!" So we're scrambling, trying to take the shade down. Had to go lay the shade out on the bed in the master bedroom, stretch it all the way out so the fan would blow on it and dry it out. Fortunately, it didn't get drenched. It just got enough to get. And the trim on the inside around the window, the top trim, water was coming through the trim, at the tip of the trim. I'm going, holy cow. So I called them, and they were good enough. This was on a Friday, so I had to wait till Monday. I sent a text to the sales guy. And said, no problem. So by Tuesday, they sent a crew out, and they were already booked for Monday. And they said, it was not going to be any rain, or that. So when they showed up on Tuesday, it started sprinkling. About the time they got there, my voice was going. And they did a fantastic job. In fact, they did a little above and beyond. They said, yep, they showed me the picture. Here's the nail. Here's where it was missed. And the guy apologized greatly. He was one of the ones that worked on the window. He said, I don't know how I missed it. And but I had them put what they call drip pieces on both of our bedroom windows, where if you're looking at it from the side, it kind of looks like that, up against the wall, more of an angle like that, where when the water comes down, and the window is under here like this, so it's protected. And I didn't think I could bend my fingers back there. But those will be a saving grace for the windows and the sun beating down, even though they have to caulk that drip pan or drip strips. They made it a little bit wider than the window. But at least the caulking underneath the window is not going to be beat up by the sun and the heat as much. But yeah. We got our windows in. They're doing fantastic. So Miss Bass Piper is just working now to get that little bit paid off, and that'll be behind us. So the doors and windows all over the house have been redone. New storm doors, new main doors, all new windows. In fact, after this video, I didn't mean to hit the thing. After this video, I'm going to be going out in the back patio where the sunroom is, and I've got window cleaner that hooks to a hose, and I got to redo or respray and clean all the slider door and windows on the sunroom that's now a little over a year old. And I try to do them in the spring and in the fall, so I'll have fun playing with all the spider webs and the junk that's got into all the cracks and crevices, and blow all that junk out and put some window cleaner on them and squeegee the windows. And that's my fun for today. Good day out here, by the way. I think we opened up with about 59 this morning, and I don't think it's supposed to get but to about a high of 72 today, so it's a good day to do this. And then tonight, me and Miss Bass Piper will head on to the gym. And I went to the gym last night. We'll go to the gym tonight. And I'll finish up my week tomorrow Since we have church on Wednesday nights, I usually go in the afternoon on Wednesdays, and then she goes Thursdays to finish up hers. So busy week, busy month for the church, and I got a deacons meeting on Thursday night, and we got to go over the annual budget for next year and bring that to the church next Wednesday. Get all that voted in, except the blessings of a tobacco, blessings of a small church. In one way, you don't have a lot to have to talk about with a budget. It's more outreach money and stuff like that, because you need money to set aside to be able to buy your postcards and get all your stuff as you're reaching out to people and mailing to people's homes and new move-ins and trying to get people to come. And so that takes some change. By the time you add the postage stamps and the cost of making the postcards and things of that nature. So, but we do have a few things, and everything is going well. The land, the money for the land is coming along, and the bank account's getting better. So we are just keep saving and putting the money aside. Our plans are that we hope that maybe in another 2 years, another 18 months or so, we can have enough to go ahead and look to buy some land, pay that off, and then look at maybe our first building, to maybe get a little loan or whatever to work on getting our first building, if that's what God wants. That's what we're looking at trying to do. We may find another house on land that we can convert to a church house or a church. There's even a possibility of a couple of churches that are dissolving, that we might be able to get one of those. So there's different avenues that we could go down, but we're going to see what God has in store and where He wants us to be and what He wants us to be in. So I also want to apologize to my last 4, 5, 6 videos. I'm noticing I don't like the video portion. I've moved here in the garage back to where I normally would do my videos. I know the white beard doesn't help. But even on the sunroom and out here over in the corner where I was, there's too much white out and kind of grittiness, or I don't know what it is. But there we go. Cigar was about to go out. I had to purge it. This is why purging your cigar is always good. About every 2 or 3, 4 draws, just blow into your cigar and purge, clean out junk, and just relight. It helps ignite everything again. It's kind of like blowing through your bowl of your pipe sometimes. If your pipe's getting ready to go out, you don't really have to tamp. A lot of times you can just give you a few breaths through the bowl, and that cools the bowl, and also it kind of ignites. You're putting oxygen back through there to ignite the ambers. So anyway, lost my train of thought. This is why I'm over here trying to make the video and hoping this now doesn't look like I've got a bunch of lighted, white-outed stuff everywhere. And man, I had one. Sometimes it might be the iMovie too, because I usually try to put it out in what you see now, the normal setting. And then they have one called Western setting that kind of vintages it up a little bit more darker, more yellowish, I guess. Gives it more of a little Western style look. And but depending on the light, that can either work for you or be havoc for you too. So bass piper don't have all these light shades and white, things, and how to, work the coloring and all that. So the last few videos, I just wasn't caring for it. So if it's been hard on your eyes, I know I'm hard on your eyes enough, but all the other stuff coming in, I apologize for that, guys. I'm working on it. I'm trying, and what I'm trying to do, and I didn't do it this time because I've got out of the habit. Normally, before I start a video, I will go to the little tap on the screen where you get that little square, and you can move that on the screen to lighten and darken the contrast a little bit. But when I looked at this one, I go, well, okay, looks pretty good. We'll see what happens. Because what I noticed is when I do darken it on my phone, sometimes what looks darker, and I'm going, man, that's going to be too dark. By the time I run it through iMovie and puts it out, and I put it on YouTube, it looks fine. So it plays with you a little bit on these phones. You can't get the true look a lot of times of what you're trying to do. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here just a few minutes, let you know, hey, the windows are in, things are looking good. Try the carnivore if you have it. If you're looking at trying to lose weight or try to get some of your metabolic things straightened out, it's not a bad thing, guys. It really isn't. And hey, like I said, you can try it. Try it for 30 days. Try it for 60 days. See how you feel. See how things are going. If you're close to, if some of y'all are needing to go to the doctor here in the next 3 or 4 months, for a physical or a checkup or whatever, you got to get blood work done. Call your doctor, maybe if it's nothing too urgent, and say, hey, can I move the blood work for another 3 months, or 3 months? I'm trying something. Might be your A1C, might be your cholesterol, might be whatever. And then get it done and see what you got. But anyway, something a little different yesterday. And if you haven't, like I said, get over to Old Man Carnivore, Old Guy Carnivore YouTube channel, and see what you think of old Mitch. He's a cigar smoker and coffee drinker, and he been on carnivore, like I said, for 2 years. He had his live thing last night because he felt like he was going to be starting to pack up today, and he may not be on tonight. He said if things, depending on how it shifts, the hurricane shifts. Now, Mitch, if you look at Florida with the piece coming down, you have Tampa. I know with the camera it may throw it backwards, but where I'm looking, Tampa's on this side. If you go all the way across to the other side to the Atlantic and go down just a little bit, I think is it Vero Beach or it starts with a V. It's a beach. Well, right above that on the edge is where Mitch lives. So he's on the other side of where the hurricane's coming in, but he doesn't know, what category. And he lives in Florida. They have a lot of nice double wide trailer parks, or for seniors, nice things, but they're double wides. So, and he's got a son that lives 15 minutes away, he said, but he said the only problem with his son, even though he's in a brick home, a more secured type home, he said that he lives on a waterway. They're like a little waterway that goes by where he lives. And he says usually when the hurricanes hit there, it ends up becoming a river. So he says, I don't know which way to go. But he may have to unplug all of his stuff and maybe off the air or off YouTube for a few days, or depending on what this thing does. But anyway, he's a cool guy to watch. He's just an old codger, but he's a smart guy. No college, but very smart in things he's done in life and has learned. And a lot of good research and info with carnivore as well. But it's not rocket science. It's just a matter of how much you want to try to fix your health. If your health is in any kind of jeopardy, or you just want to change, the way you feel. But anyway, I told you I want to make a video on some things that I thought that might be happening and what's going around YouTube and going around the news. Maybe not so much the more contemporary liberal news stations, but if you are listening to more of your Newsmax, Fox News, getting an overall better balance of things, not just all one, leaning one way. Look up, if you got a chance, if you haven't already, and Google geoengineering, I think is what they call it, geoengineering. Look up cloud seeding. That's been going on since World War II. There's ways that man can manipulate the weather. And I won't say much more than just this, because people think, well, wait, this thing's burning good too, by the way, guys. Very good. Like this cigar. Good smoke, good cigar. If I can just keep this tobacco piece out of my mouth. But North Carolina, I believe, is a swing state. Georgia is a swing state. I believe both of those are swing states. Isn't it funny? That storm has boggled the minds of the meteorologists. I'm talking about Helene, and now we got Milton coming in. They've been talking about October surprises. Look at all those people. And it can go both ways. But from resources and sources that I'm hearing, all the opposite side needs is about 23,000 votes in Carolina that could determine the election for the other side. You got a lot of people that are devastated. How are they going to vote? They don't even have cars. They're worried about more trying to live and survive. How are they going to get out to vote in these states? Was this something that was manipulated to interfere? Geoengineering, cloud seeding, meteorologists trying to sit there and go, what the heck, man? We've never seen the hurricane just go off and then all of a sudden hook and come back. You know, it's like something ain't right. Even parts of Virginia got nailed. North Carolina's never seen in Asheville and all these areas the devastation. And I thought, what the heck is up? Something may not be right in the peanut shop. That's all I'm saying. Do your research. So think about, is this being done intentionally for another way of interference? Just a thought. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have fun, relax, have your pipe or your stogie. This thing here's doing pretty good, burning pretty good too. And don't forget the blessings of God. And like I said yesterday, it doesn't matter what man tries to do. God is in control. Man can manipulate. Man can try every angle. But what God's will is what God's will be. Whether a lot of people would like to see Trump in office, I'm a Trumpster. I don't mind telling you. I think he's the man for who we need right now. I overlook Trump's personalities and his tweets, and that's just the way he is. I look at a president, one with some manhood, that's going to go in there and get this country turned around. He did it before. He can do it again. Then my personal belly button opinion, the knuckleheads you got on the other side, that if he don't get in, kiss America goodbye of what you know of America. Maybe God's will that he's taking his hand off and letting them have it. I gave you a choice. I gave you choices. I gave you time and time and time again. America, you won't wake up. Or it might be God's way of saying, I'm going to give you one more shot. That's why I protected this man all along. Think about it. Think about the attempts. Think about everything that they've tried. And I'm going to give y'all one more chance to get your mess together and come back to me. It could go either way. But whatever way it goes, it'll be God's design and God's will. So anyway, with that, I'll finish what I was saying. Don't forget the blessings of God. And we'll talk with you guys later. Bye-bye.